If you're getting food stamps right now, you need to hear this. In just 10 days, your EBT card is about to change in ways that could affect what you can and can't buy at the grocery store. And I'm not exaggerating when I say millions of people have no clue this is coming. I've got the full breakdown right here, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what's happening, which states are affected, and most importantly, how to prepare before January 1st hits. Because trust me, this is going to catch a lot of folks off guard at the checkout counter, and I don't want that to be you. Look, I'm not here to scare anybody or make this worse than it is, but I am here to make sure you know what's coming so you're not blindsided. So, let's break this down together. Hey everyone, it's Tony here. If you're new to the Retirees Benefits channel, welcome. I've been covering government assistance programs for years, breaking down these policy changes so you don't have to dig through hundreds of pages of confusing documents. I know how much these benefits matter because I've been there. I grew up watching my family navigate this system, and I know how stressful it is when things keep changing. My mom used to come home from the grocery store frustrated because the rules had changed again and nobody told her. She'd have a cart full of groceries and find out at checkout that half of it wasn't covered anymore. I saw the embarrassment on her face. I saw how hard it was. That's why I read through every article, every policy update, and bring you the information you need to know in plain English. No runaround, no bureaucratic nonsense. So, if this helps you, please hit that subscribe button down below. It's 100% free. And turn on notifications so you don't miss critical updates like this one. Because things are changing fast right now, and I want to make sure you're always in the loop. Now, I think we all recognize that over the last couple of months, we've seen multiple different changes within the food stamp program, a lot of which went into effect as of November 1st. We had that disruption, the lapse in benefits in the first half of November. That was a massive mess. People didn't get their benefits on time. The system was glitching. Customer service lines were jammed for hours. It was chaos. And now this is going to be impacting 18 states. Within these 18 states, we've got millions and millions of beneficiaries being impacted. And it all comes down to those waivers that were granted by the USDA for these 18 states to ban the purchase of, well, take your pick. It actually depends on which state you're located in because the rules are different in every single state. And that's kind of the problem as well. There's no uniformity between all of these states. It's all a little bit different. They're banning things like sugary drinks, carbonated beverages, dessert foods, candies, all kinds of random things. And when I say random, I mean it. Some states are banning chocolate bars, but allowing cookies. Some are banning energy drinks, but allowing coffee drinks with just as much caffeine and sugar. Some are banning regular soda, but allowing diet soda. The logic behind what's banned and what's not is all over the place. It's like they threw darts at a board to decide what to prohibit. Let me pop this article up right here so you can see it for yourself. Okay, so there's one section of this article that I really want to focus on right here. See this? The lack of uniformity across these 18 states as far as what's being banned. Now get this. They're projecting upwards of 120,000 food items are likely going to be banned. I'm going to be fair with you. I don't know how many food items are in any given grocery store. I have no idea. It's probably several hundred thousand, but 120,000 food items that are likely going to be banned from this. What's going to be left to buy? I mean, seriously, right? What is going to be left for SNAP beneficiaries, food stamp beneficiaries, EBT card holders to buy with their benefits if they ban the purchase of 120,000 food products? That's going to leave slim pickings for anybody in these 18 states to actually find something to eat. And let me put this in perspective for you. If you go to your average grocery store, you've got maybe 30,000 to 50,000 different products on the shelves. Now they're talking about banning 120,000 items across different categories. That means when you add up all the different sizes, brands, and varieties of the banned categories, you're looking at a massive chunk of what's available in any given store. Walk down the beverage aisle, half of it might be off limits. Walk down the snack aisle, 3/4 of it could be banned. Walk through the bakery section, forget about it. Most of that's going to be considered dessert food. And here's another massive problem. They don't really have a solid plan on how to enforce this. Like, what are you going to do to enforce this? They've got 120,000 products that they're looking at to eliminate the purchase of starting January 1st. But how are they going to implement this? What are they going to do? Are they going to update every single cash register system in every grocery store across 18 states in the next 10 days? Are they going to train every cashier on what's banned and what's not when the rules are different in every state? Are they going to put up signs? Are they going to send out mailers to every SNAP recipient explaining exactly what they can't buy anymore? Well, that's exactly what they're talking about in this section of the article right here. This is going to lead to tons of policing by cashiers and checkout individuals, as well as a lot of embarrassment and other issues that may pop up at the checkout counter when people are just trying to buy their things. All of a sudden, 1 out of 5 items, 1 out of 10 items, whatever it is, there's going to be a handful of items that go through the register and they're going to say, sorry, you can't use your card for this. Can you imagine how embarrassing this is going to be for a lot of people? Standing there at the checkout, holding up the line, having the cashier tell you in front of everyone that you can't buy what you picked out. It's humiliating. You've got people behind you in line getting impatient. You've got your kids with you asking why you can't get the juice boxes you always get. You've got the cashier calling over a manager because they're not sure if something is banned or not. And you're just standing there, feeling like everyone is staring at you, judging you. It's degrading. These are people who are already struggling financially, already dealing with the stigma that sometimes comes with using an EBT card. And now they're going to be put in this position over and over again until they figure out exactly what they're allowed to buy under these new rules. I've been talking about this for months. Over the summer, they granted the first wave of 6 waivers from the USDA for 6 states. That was over the summer. And we started talking about it a little bit then. And then about a few weeks, maybe a month later, they granted 6 more waivers for 6 more states to ban the purchase. So we were up to 12 states. And now, like a week ago, a week and a half ago, give or take just a handful of days ago, they came back and granted 6 more waivers. So we're now up to 18 states across the country that have these waivers granted by the USDA to ban the purchase of, again, take your pick. It's different for all the states. That is what the problem is here. They don't really have a solid plan. Some states just ban the purchase of sugary drinks. Some states ban the purchase of carbonated beverages. Some states ban just sugary food and dessert purchases or candy. Some states ban both of them. Some states ban energy drinks. Some states don't. It's a mess, right? Why are they all different like this? Shouldn't it just be the same rule across every single state? For the most part across the country, food stamp beneficiaries fall into the same group of rulings. You've got the same rules across the board, regardless of which state you're in. Obviously, the programs are administered a little bit differently, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same set of rules for all the beneficiaries across the country. You can buy this. You can't buy that. You can't use your benefits for hot prepared foods. You can't buy alcohol or tobacco. You can't buy pet food. Those rules are consistent whether you're in California or Maine or Texas or anywhere in between. And we're not seeing that here with this new ruling. Now get this as well. And this part is also highlighted right here in this part of the article that I have pulled up. Any grocers that do not comply with this are looking at a 6-month ban from actually accepting EBT benefits. So, point being, let's just say your local grocery store, wherever you go for your weekly grocery shopping run. Let's just say for some reason you're doing everything fine, no problem whatsoever. But there's somebody else out there that's coming through and they're buying prohibited items with their EBT card. And the grocer is saying, I don't know if this is really legit. We probably should be banning this, but we feel bad. We don't want to. And they say, let's just let it slide. Let's just go through. Let it be bought with the EBT benefits. That grocer, if caught, which they likely will be because it's all digital, it's all run through the scanner and everything has a UPC, a SKU number, the computer knows exactly what that product is. Every single transaction is tracked. The USDA can pull reports showing exactly what was purchased with EBT benefits at any store on any day. They've got the data. They've got the systems in place to monitor this. If your grocer is found selling these prohibited items, they're looking at a 6-month ban, a minimum of a 6-month ban from accepting EBT benefits. So, you may be barred from going to your local grocery store if they allow someone else to come through and buy prohibited items. Even if you're doing everything totally fine, buying all the necessary items, not breaking any rules, which I don't think any of you in this community are breaking rules based on the comments I've seen. If they were to let this slide and get busted on that, that grocer may lose their ability, their license to accept EBT cards and payments for a minimum of 6 months if they break the rules. That's nasty. That's going to hurt a lot of people. That's going to hurt a lot, a lot of people who are relying on this. Think about it. If you live in a small town or a rural area and you've only got one or two grocery stores within reasonable driving distance, and one of them loses their ability to accept EBT for 6 months, where are you supposed to go? You're going to have to drive 20, 30, maybe 40 miles out of your way to find another store. And if you don't have reliable transportation, if you're taking the bus or getting rides from friends, that becomes nearly impossible. You're talking about people who might literally not be able to access food because their local store got banned from the program. And here's how it usually goes. I think we all recognize how this game works, right? Doesn't matter what we're talking about. It's always like one or two, or a very small group of people that ruins it for everybody. I mean, seriously, look at the video I just had out a couple days ago. I was talking about a couple guys who own these little convenience stores, and they ripped the program off for $7 million. That's just one story of a lot of stories that are out there of people that are really hosing the EBT, the food stamp program. The problem is with this, it's a very, 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 very small percentage of people that are taking advantage of the program. But unfortunately, because of that, they're ruining it for everybody. And all the beneficiaries are getting hammered left and right with all these new rules and different waivers that are being granted, and all of these different aspects of the food stamp program that are changing because of a few people that are taking advantage of the program and ruining it for everybody. That's how we see with just about everything, right? A small group of people ruin it for the majority, for the masses. It's a sad situation. And let me be clear about something else. The stated goal here is to improve nutrition and reduce obesity among SNAP recipients. That's what they're saying this is about. They want people to eat healthier. And look, I get it. Obesity is a problem in this country. Type 2 diabetes is a problem. Heart disease is a problem. Nobody's arguing against that. But here's what frustrates me about this approach. You're essentially punishing poor people for their food choices while doing nothing to make healthy food more affordable or more accessible. You know what's cheap? Ramen noodles, white bread, pasta, processed foods. You know what's expensive? Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains. If you really wanted to improve nutrition for SNAP recipients, you'd make the healthy stuff more affordable or give them extra benefits specifically for fresh produce. But instead, we're just taking away options and making people feel bad about their choices. And we're doing it in the most complicated, confusing, inconsistent way possible. Now, let me be clear about who this impacts. This is hitting 18 states, which means millions of SNAP recipients are going to wake up on January 1st and suddenly find out they can't buy half the things they normally buy. Families with kids, you're trying to grab a juice box for your kid's lunch or a soda for your teenager. Depending on your state, that might be banned. And let me tell you, if you've got kids, you know how hard it is to pack school lunches every day. You're trying to put something in there that they'll actually eat, that won't come back home uneaten. Now you've got to navigate a whole new set of rules about what you can and can't include. Working poor, you're exhausted from your shift. You're working 8, 10, maybe 12 hours on your feet. You want to grab an energy drink on your way home to help you stay awake for the drive, or to give you enough energy to make dinner for your family when you get there. That might be banned. And it's not like you've got the time or the energy to make a nutritious smoothie from scratch. You're barely keeping your head above water as it is. Elderly folks, you like to have a dessert with dinner, a little treat. Maybe it's the one pleasure you have in your day. You've lived 70, 80 years. You've worked hard your whole life. And now in your retirement, when you're on a fixed income and relying on SNAP to supplement your Social Security, they're going to tell you that you can't buy yourself a piece of cake or a candy bar. Depending on your state, that could be banned, too. Single parents, you're already stretching every dollar. You're working, taking care of your kids, managing a household on your own. You're exhausted. You're stressed. And now you've got to navigate a minefield of banned items at checkout while your kids are getting restless and you're trying to figure out how to explain to them why they can't have the snack you promised them. This affects everyone on SNAP in these 18 states, and nobody seems to be talking about it. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 mainstream news articles about this. It's not getting the coverage it deserves, and that means millions of people are going to be caught completely off guard. All right, so what do? Here's my advice, and I want you to really pay attention to this part because this is the practical stuff that's going to help you. First, find out if your state is one of the 18. Check your state SNAP website or call your local office. You need to know if this applies to you. Don't assume that because you haven't heard anything, it's not happening in your state. A lot of states have done a terrible job of notifying beneficiaries about this change. So you need to be proactive. Go to your state SNAP website, look for any announcements or policy updates. If you can't find anything or you're not sure, call your local office. Get someone on the phone and ask them directly, is my state implementing these new purchase restrictions on January 1st? Second, if you're in one of these states, find out exactly what's banned. Don't assume. Every state is different. Some ban soda, some ban candy, some ban both, some ban energy drinks, some ban sugary drinks, but allow artificially sweetened drinks. You need to know your state's specific rules. Ask your local SNAP office for a list of prohibited items. Ask them if there's going to be any signage in stores. Ask them how the restrictions are going to be communicated. Get as much detail as you possibly can because the more you know, the better prepared you'll be. Third, plan your shopping differently. I know this sounds obvious, but you're going to need to be extra careful about what you put in your cart. Maybe make a list and double-check it against your state's banned items before you go. Keep a copy of the banned items list in your phone so you can reference it while you're shopping. And give yourself extra time. Your shopping trips are going to take longer now because you're going to need to read labels more carefully and make sure everything in your cart is allowed. Fourth, talk to your regular grocery store. Ask them how they're preparing for this. Ask if they'll have signs or some way to help customers know what's banned, because the last thing you want is to get to the register and find out half your cart is unusable. Some stores might put up signs on the shelves identifying which items can't be purchased with EBT anymore. Some might have a list at the customer service desk. Some might not do anything at all and just leave it up to the cashiers to figure out at checkout. You want to know ahead of time what kind of help, if any, your store is going to provide. Fifth, if you can, try to stock up before January 1st on any items that are going to be banned that you regularly use. I'm not saying hoard, but if you've got the space and you normally buy these things anyway, grab them while you still can. If your family drinks soda and it's going to be banned in your state, buy a few extra cases now. If you like to have dessert foods in the house for the kids or for yourself, stock up before the restrictions hit. Just be smart about it. Don't buy more than you can reasonably use before it goes bad. And don't spend your entire benefit amount on stuff that's getting banned. You still need to buy your regular groceries. Sixth, and this is important, start thinking about alternatives now. If you can't buy soda anymore, what are you going to drink? Water is always an option, obviously. But if you like carbonated beverages, maybe look into getting a soda stream or something similar where you can make your own fizzy drinks at home. If desserts are getting banned, maybe look into simple recipes for making treats at home from ingredients that are still allowed. It's not ideal, I know. It's extra work when you're already working hard. But it might be the reality you're facing. Look, I wish I had better news. I wish I could tell you this was all going to work out smoothly. But based on what I'm seeing, January 1st is going to be chaos. You're going to have confused cashiers who don't know what's banned and what's not. You're going to have embarrassed shoppers finding out at checkout that half their cart is no good. You're going to have long lines because transactions are taking 3 times as long while cashiers try to figure out what's allowed. And you're going to have a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a lot of people feeling like they're being treated like children who can't be trusted to make their own food choices. The lack of planning here is astounding. They're banning 120,000 items across 18 states with different rules in each state. And they're giving everyone less than 2 weeks' notice. This is going to be a disaster. And unfortunately, it's the beneficiaries who are going to suffer the most. The people who are already struggling, who are already stressed about making ends meet, who are already dealing with the challenges of poverty, they're the ones who are going to bear the brunt of this poorly planned, poorly communicated policy change. But here's the thing. Knowledge is power. If you know what's coming, you can prepare. You can adjust. You can figure out how to navigate this mess before it hits you at the checkout counter. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm breaking this down for you. Because I don't want you to be the person standing at the register, confused and embarrassed, while the cashier tells you that you can't buy what you picked out. I want you to walk into that store on January 2nd, January 3rd, whenever you go shopping after this takes effect, and I want you to know exactly what you can and can't buy. I want you to be prepared. And let me say this too. If you're feeling frustrated about this, if you're feeling like this is unfair or poorly thought out, you're not wrong. This is a complicated problem, and they're implementing a complicated solution without proper planning or communication. If you want to make your voice heard, contact your state representatives. Let them know how this is affecting you. Let them know if you think there's a better way to address nutrition concerns among SNAP recipients. Your representatives work for you. They need to hear from you. Anyway, I want you to be aware this all starts 10 days from right now as I film this video, January 1st. As I get more information on anything out there, I will certainly bring it to your attention. I'm going to keep monitoring this. I'm going to keep reading the policy updates, the news articles, the official announcements. And as soon as I see anything new, anything that affects you, I'm going to get a video out about it. That's my commitment to you. I hope this helps you. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please drop your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. Let me know what I can do for you. Let me know if you're in one of these 18 states and how you're feeling about this. Are you prepared? Are you confused? Are you angry? Let's support each other in the comments. Share tips, share information, share resources. We're all in this together. Otherwise, if you have not done so, please consider subscribing. It's 100% free. Big subscribe button right down below. This channel exists to help you navigate these complicated government programs, and I can't help you if you don't see my videos. So subscribe, turn on notifications, and you'll never miss an important update. Please share the video. Big share button right down below as well. The more people who know about this, the better prepared we all are. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, anyone you know who uses SNAP benefits. They need to know this is coming. Otherwise, please just have a nice day. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy holidays. I hope despite all the stress and all the challenges, you're finding some joy this season. I hope you're spending time with people you love. I hope you're taking care of yourself. And again, I look forward to reading your comments. I read every single one. I try to respond to as many as I can. Your feedback helps me know what content you need, what questions you have, what I should cover in future videos. Stay tuned, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. And again, please consider subscribing and sharing the video. Both buttons are right down below the video. It's all 100% free. Takes 2 seconds. Could help someone in your life who really needs this information. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And remember, we're going to get through this together. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again in the next video.